NorCal. 209 King of Comedy. It's Rick without the K. James presents, in my opinion, podcast.
I think so. I think you're just gonna have to deal with that.
All right. Then let's deal with it.
Here's good.
Good.
You want me to shut the door?
All right. No, that's cool. Okay, you guys. Today is Kabir's coming out party.
Woo!
Not the kind of coming out that we all.
Not the kind of coming out that Rick had.
Yeah.
But a more significant and more important one.
You know, it's so funny. I was trying to think of a comeback, but Rudy already took care of it.
Damn. Maybe he should be on America's Got Talent.
Rudy, he definitely deserves it.
We're at Kabir's home bar / club that he's done many comedy shows, and they said that we can come out here do the viewing for him. So we set up. I was like, let's fuck it. Let's do this podcast.
Kirby Sports Bar, man. One of
Kirby
my favorite
Sports
places
Bar
to
here
hang
in
out.
Fremont, California.
I love it.
Where Kabir's from, and we're drinking their own whiskey. Come through, drink their whiskey. It's delicious, right, fellas?
Right. Yeah, you were the one talking earlier about you don't like fake shit.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about that the whiskey's delicious.
We actually have no comment on the taste of the whiskey.
But despite the whiskey, though, can I piggyback on what you were talking about real quick? I just want to say that it's dope as fuck that in Kabir's hometown, and we all know you, Sammy Obeid, which honestly is like a hell of a dynamic duo to be from Fremont, California in the comedy game. But the fact that your hometown bar and your second home is like letting you do this, like doing this for you, that's fucking that's an accomplishment in and of itself.
They've been very extremely generous. They've been letting me put on amazing shows over here. We've had some amazing comedians over here. AGT alums like Sam Camrio, stuff like that. We have amazing shows. I will tell you the story about how I got the show. Did I ever tell you this?
How'd you get it?
You want to talk about snatching from other people?
Snatching.
Jeremy was running a free show here on Wednesday, and I came here once and it was packed. Okay. And then I went out right to the owner and said, okay, so Jeremy, one of my best friends, I got cancel his shit. Yeah. And then we're going to be doing Saturday shows here. It's going to be $20 a pop.
But what about Jeremy? What about him and his feelings?
Look at me. Do I look like I give a fuck? Have you met Jeremy?
Yeah, huh?
Let's give him a little back. Huh? Come on. I'm on your side.
I feel like if the owner had met Jeremy sooner, he might have been like, anybody, take this shit.
Oh, poor Jeremy. I was like, and I just got, he's such a good guy. I'm like, okay, so your shows are done, but we now have a new show on Saturdays. And by you, I mean me.
Right.
And you can do whatever you want on any of the shows you want.
So the first topic I wanted to get into is just because tonight is the viewing on America's Got Talent. You're finally going to be on that. So among the many things that you've been on. But I watched an episode. So I just wanted to talk about America's Got Talent for a little bit. First off, let me get started because I told Rudy, I said, man, I watched an episode because I really haven't seen that show in a while. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it shows like this where, and that's why I brought it up. I was all, it's the fake fucking bullshit where Terry Crews, like I could see why they hired him on the side to be like, oh my God, I didn't know they were going to be that
It's a skill
funny.
set, Rick. It's a skill set.
Right. Hasn't anybody ever
That's the
grabbed
part
your
of the
balls
show,
and you look
man,
surprised?
Well, the thing about, but it's a feel-good show, though. That's what the show is about.
Yeah.
You have to have somebody, what do you want, somebody depressed out there interviewing us? Hey, bro, how's it going? Not great. How are you doing? I like Terry Crews.
Big
I
pecs.
like everybody over at
Big
NBC.
pecs, bro. Big
Big
pecs.
Pecs, is that
No,
what
but
it is?
I get it that he has to like be really overexcited, but that's what great hosts do. Was it Nick Cannon that was hosting it prior to that?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Right.
He was doing the same shit?
Same shit.
So would you say that
job
the
description.
rest of the judges are the same way?
No, they're not. So the judges they're down to business. They break hearts. They will. Simon Cowell is probably the main guy that used to do all of that. I think he's kind of softened up a little bit. Not softened up, but like he's kind of like I don't know, just a little bit more relaxed.
Right.
Howie Mandel was the one I saw a couple auditions during it. I only saw like 2 or 3, but you know, Howie Mandel will be that guy that'll be like, hey man, this
He'll
is
let you know.
very good. Yeah, he'll let you know.
Especially as a stand-up comic.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
and it's crazy doing that. But yeah, no, the judges are exactly who you see on TV. There's no fakeness.
Right.
I mean, there's no editing. That's who they are. And I mean, it's crazy. Like when I got it, when I was able to perform, it was during COVID, so we had to be isolated. We had to go there a couple days prior, and we had to quarantine and stuff like that. And when we got there, we went around other contestants. They just kind of brought you on, and here you go, have a good time.
Right.
It was nerve-wracking.
I'm curious though. Like at this point, I mean, you've been doing stand-up comedy for a long time. Everybody in the Bay Area scene, obviously,
right.
Like we fuck with you. We know what you've been up to all these years. But like after all these years of doing stand-up, though, where would you rank this? And this is a sincere question. Where would you rank this on your list of accomplishments as a professional comedian?
Yeah, it would be number one. Yeah, for sure. I would say it would be number one by far. I mean, if you look back and then there's always sentimental value with your first TV credit when I did Stand Up Revolution on Comedy Central. That's the one that got my start. I became kind of a headliner overnight in a way, but that was also after I won the SF International Comedy Competition, which was also top 3. I would rank them like that. I would go AGT number 1, and I would go with Comedy Central number 2, and then SF International 3. Yeah. But you know, I'm a comedian. I love performing big sky festivals on the top 5 as well. But I like competing against other people. So AGT is kind of, you know, other comedians will be like, do we want to do this? I've done comedy competitions that people were telling me, like, why are you doing this?
Right.
But I like to see, how else do you know where you are unless you're competing against other people?
That's a good question. Because we talked about this on one of your previous podcasts at Tommy T's not that long ago. It was me, you, and Jay Rich, and you were kind of like,
I remember some of it.
Giving us, of course. Believe me, I got the video. He has the video.
We had the video.
That's enough.
So it did happen.
Oh, I saw the video.
Yeah.
Keep that away from my mom. Come on.
Keep that off my timeline, Rick. No.
Why are you doing drugs on camera? It's not. It's whiskey, bro.
But you bring up a good point though. I mean, a lot of comics, I think, when we do stand-up comedy and we're trying to be traditional and whatnot, we really consider competitions as kind of like, sometimes we consider competitions to be kind of taking away from the art form.
It can be.
But you bring up a good point though. I mean, here is an opportunity for people to get seen on a national level.
Yeah.
You brought up the Big Sky competition in Montana. It's an opportunity for people to get seen on a national level that could eventually lead to somewhere where we're going to watch tonight, you on AGT.
When I won the Big Sky Festival, one of the judges was Mila, one of the producers at AGT, and that's how I got
well, there we go.
Out.
So you see the connection there. There's a automatic connection.
There it is. I mean, the point of comedians is not only honing your own craft, but also, listen, I could go to Kirby, do shows, and Tommy T's and Cobb's Punchline and just get blown by everybody all the time.
Right.
And then it was like, you know, just everybody's like, oh, you're great, blah, blah, blah. You know, people are just like, okay, you know, stuff like that. But once you put yourself out of the comfort zone, I mean, one of the craziest ones was the Laughlin Comedy Competition. Remember that one? There was a $10,000 prize. I got a Laughlin with basically, I don't know, $400 in my bank account. I had to stay with Roger Lazola, right?
Yeah.
He had his room, and then this guy put me up. He was like, yeah, you can stay with me. And then I was going up against some of the best comedians in America, and it was so much fun because you could kind of see where you are. Right. I ended up winning it. Trenton came in second. A lot of great comedians was in it, but I'm just telling people, once you start getting good, you gotta go and compete with people so you know where you really are.
There's some merit behind that. I just want to make this one last point. There is some merit behind that because although I've been one of those comics that was always like, I don't know about comedy competitions, there is some truth to doing things that make you uncomfortable.
You have to.
So that you can grow.
Yeah, and
so there is a lot of merit behind that.
And I respect the fact that it probably does a lot of these comedy competitions that are around America that kind of do where you have to pay like $100.
There's a lot of exploitation involved.
It's probably more exploitation. It's probably even with exploitation and exposure.
Right.
But if you go to the right ones where there's actually people the judges are going to be there, people from NBC, CBS, and the agents and stuff like that, you definitely want to be involved with that.
Now, when it comes to America's Got Talent, is it because you know it's going to reach more homes than, like, I went on their YouTube channel and I didn't realize they have 20 million fucking subscribers.
29 million.
So
to be exact.
Yeah. Where I was like, man, like, I don't watch, but then again, I don't have regular television, so let me throw that out there.
Here's what a big deal America's Got Talent is, right? I'm going to be doing a set tonight. I have been reached out by cousins I haven't heard from in a while.
Ooh.
Ex-girlfriends, high school people that I've never heard from in a while.
Bitch.
My uncle in the UK could watch this. That Michael uncle over there lives in London, and he could literally watch it. What other show can I be on? And by the way, here's a question: what is doing a set on America's Got Talent? What's bigger than that right now? Who's that reaching more? What is bigger than that right now? Listen. I think the Tonight Show and these late night shows are great.
I think when it comes to regular
Netflix
television,
having your own special, I get it. I love it. But what is bigger? Who's going to see? What's bigger than that right now?
You have a point because literally on a tangible level, you're right. Netflix, and you could have a special, and you could have a nationally touring comic. You could be all that. But AGT, America's Got Talent, is on ABC, right?
NBC.
NBC.
Oh,
Prime time. I don't mean to fuck that up. My bad. But it's on it's on NBC, and in 2021, all you really need is just a basic cable connection.
Correct.
I mean, so what I think the point is that you have immediate access to America's Got Talent numbers wise.
I could tell my next door neighbor to turn on channel 11 at 10 o'clock today, and they'll see me. And trust me, I have. And they did not like me knocking on their door when I was telling them about that.
They're like, you don't live in this complex.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I believe the exact quote was stop smoking cigarettes near my car. Okay, yeah, 11 o'clock.
Right.
No, but it is interesting because when you're doing something like that, it's huge exposure. And a lot of the comedy clubs, I was talking to you about this earlier, Rick, about the comedy clubs that him and I were personally trying to get into for the last 2-3 years that were not emailing me back.
Yeah.
It hasn't even aired yet. I get... 3 of them emailed me today, and they were like, "Hey, man, we'd love to have you."
Of course. Now, what do you attribute that to, and also, how do you feel when those clubs that have been denying you now all of a sudden hit you up for something very obvious?
Well, A, I should have been headlining there for years to begin with. Number 2, 2 of them rubbed me the wrong
from
way
A
in the
to 2,
past.
you know that,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, sorry.
It's a direct line.
That's A1, A, B. Oh, 1A, 1B. Let's do that. 1A should be headlining there anyway.
I just, a matter of fact, I wrote I can't
What are you,
wait.
a math English wizard?
You didn't know that about him, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna call you. I'm a Nazi when it comes to that shit. But you wrote that earlier, and when I said I can't wait to be there with you, I didn't mean I meant what you put out there. Like, I can't wait till I get to go back and fucking and go back to them clubs that wouldn't even.
Well, it's a good feeling when seeing those emails.
You know what I mean? Because I think all 3 of us have gone to comedy clubs and seen a national headliner there, and their feature just, you're like, dude is getting work. Why the fuck is he or she getting work? Like, and you're looking at it like, man, I'm trying to scrap up fucking sets here and there.
Right.
But this motherfucker's getting work, and it's upsetting. It's a little disconcerting, and it's one of those things where as a comic you look at this shit and you're like, I just wish somebody would tell these people that they don't really have talent.
I will say one thing though, comedy is a business. So Rudy, as you know, I don't think you've ever have you ever produced a show before?
No, I have. Yeah. I'm not a great producer though.
No.
I know my.
You're a straight up comedian.
I'm a comic. I've done producing because I want to make shit happen.
Yeah.
But I recognize what I am and what I'm not.
But you do know, you book somebody. It's easier when you book somebody that could sell tickets.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's pretty clear on that one.
And just The thing is though, like we're just talking about America's Got Talent. We're talking about the exposure that comes with it and what's bigger than that, and we broke that down. And in reality though, Rick, when we're all sitting there at the club watching a feature that we were wondering, what was their path to get to this point? Because for whatever reason, maybe you don't think they're funny, or maybe you don't think they're really up to par. But the fact is though that without situations like America's Got Talent or any other like platforms, you're probably not going to get those spots anyways, because at the end of the day, it's about exposure. You just said it's a business.
Well, another thing, boys,
you got to keep that in mind.
Have you? There's 2 sides to that, right? I've seen features that have absolutely destroyed the headliner.
Of course,
the headliner going out there from like one of those wild and out shows, and then you got like a real seasoned great
road
comedian.
Yeah.
I want I'm.
Hey, as long as you can knock. Never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is that no matter, like you can always look
They're
at.
not NBC affiliated, are they?
I don't think so.
They don't like Nick.
Well,
they don't like Nick Cannon anymore, right? I can throw a couple. But I've seen. I don't even remember who the headliner was, but I once hosted a weekend at San Jose Improv about 8 years ago, and Whitney Cummings, before she blew up, was the feature.
Right.
And she buried everybody. It wasn't even close. She buried me, and then she buried the headliner, and it wasn't even close. And you're sitting there just like, okay, well, why isn't she blown up? And then she blows up, and then everybody starts complaining.
Yeah.
There's no win-win. It's always going to be lose-lose.
Can't win in comedy, baby.
You never can win.
Boy, Charlie Murphy, my main man, Ric James. That's the one you think, the comedian Ric James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Please hit the subscribe button down low so you can see all new clips, all new episodes coming to you.